begin by introducing yourself?
Yes. Hi, my name is Sister Annie, and originally I was born in Tonga, grew up in New Zealand, and then after first year of high school, we migrated to the U.S. And I've been a sister, the missionary sister of St. Peter Claver for 15 years, and as a religious, 11 years.
And what led you to the missionary sisters of St. Peter Claver?
After high school, I didn't know what to do in life or what I wanted to be in life. There's like so many thoughts that came to mind of like what I wanted to be, or I think that what I wanted to be. And then my uncle, he was our parish priest, so he kind of asked me the question of, have you ever thought about religious life? And I said no, because as always, as we think that there's always two reasons why we don't want to be a religious, is that they're too holy or too boring. So he took it upon his hands to write to the missionary sister of St. Peter Claver and ask them to that my niece is interested in religious life. And so I got some words from one of the sisters that my uncle said that I was interested in religious life. So she sent me some pamphlets, some books about their way of life. And after a while, we had two sisters coming down to California, and they were coming for mission on a mission. So they invited me for come and see. I was dreading it because first off, I was thinking like, no, I never wanted to be a religious life. But then again, my parents and also family members, they keep asking like, just go, like they're pushing me to it. I mean, like not forcingly, but they're just like, just try it out. So instead of going for 2 weeks, I stayed for 1 month with the sisters. So the first thing that I saw was the chapel. So I went into their chapel, and they have this very beautiful chapel. It was in St. Paul, Minnesota. So when I entered the chapel, I saw their crucifix, and I felt this like inner peace that I knelt there, and then I thought like, I want this. And then I asked like, Jesus, like, what do you want from me? And then the first thing that when I saw the crucifix is that I felt that presence of peacefulness and joy, that like Jesus just invite me to follow him. And then I thought like it was a strange feeling because I never felt that feelings before. And then I asked their superior if I could talk to somebody, like I felt like I needed to confess or something like that. So we had a priest coming the next day, and so she asked him if he can talk to me. I felt like, should I be opening up to him or not? But one thing that he said to me that led me to be like really open was that he said that religious life, it's not like a now decision. You have to pray and discern about it, and it's a long process. You're still young, just try it, because God doesn't work in like superstitious things. Like, because my thought was like, put a candle there and then say, God, light it up if this is what you want me to do. And then so he said, no, God doesn't work that way, that God works also through people. So he said, has anybody ever told you like, do you want to be a religious? And I'm like, so many people keeps asking me like, have you ever thought about religious life? And he said, like, don't you think that that's God talking to you? And I'm like, no. So yeah, he says like, God works in miracles, and he works in through people. He works through things. Like he will show you the way, but like we just have to be open to it. Like he doesn't drop a habit in front of you and said that's the order I want you to answer, no, or he doesn't work that way. we have to like slow down and be open and pray and discern about it. So I felt like more at peace, so I said, okay, then I'll sign up for it. So but the thing is that draw me into this congregation of disorder is that the simplicity of our Mother Foundress, Blessed Mary Teresa Ledowska, and her openness to be like doing little things for God, you know, for His glory, and then to cooperate with others. And that's me. Like, I'm not really a big time shot or like do great things, but the little things that I can offer and sacrifice, and that I felt like that this is where I'm supposed to be, that our work is very hidden, and that I like being in the background. Like, I don't want to be in front stage. I don't feel comfortable, or I don't feel like that, you know, I'm being drawn to like being a teacher or a nurse or something like that, but like more of like just helping. Like, I know that I'm helping them, and then the work that we do is that every little thing that we do, we offer it for the glory of God, and then to help all missionaries all over the world. I know that we're helping so many with hospitals, children's, and formations and catechists, and that's like you being with them. So I am grateful that I think 15 years as here in the religious order, so I am very grateful every day, and I continue to pray that I will continue to be that perseverance and faithful to my vocation.
And you mentioned the other day that you feel like all your dreams or the desires that you had have actually come true.
Yes. So like not knowing what you wanted to be in life, and then you think like, you know, oh, I want to be like a doctor or a nurse, and then I'm like, no, because I'm like afraid of little blood or like hurting. When somebody's hurting, that I get nervous and then distracted, and then thought of being a teacher, but I don't have patience with children or kids. And thought about family. Yes, it's a beautiful thing, but I was like, yes, it's nice to have children and stuff, but I was never attracted to marriage life, I guess. And then thought about like traveling the world, but being a pilot, always in it, like flying or something. But I'm like, it's too much. I guess it's just like the studyings and stuff is like a long process to like get there. But I guess that's how dreams are. But as a religious, I've traveled to so many parts of the world, so many countries. I've learned so many cultures, and I was grateful for that, because that's one of my dreams fulfilled, traveling the world. And then we as a missionary helping other missionaries with their hospitals, the orphanage, and then also teaching and stuff. So with that, it's like my dreams is also realized, like, you know, I am a teacher in a way, or I am like helping with the nurses and doctors and stuff. So yeah, God knows, you know, like what our heart's desires, and then He puts it in a more better way that, you know, like since I'm scared of being in front with them or teaching them, so that way I'm helping them like from like just supporting them with our prayers and our sacrifices, and also like fundraising, helping them materials and stuff like that.
You mentioned experiencing lots of different cultures.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite memorable or funny moment from your time as a sister so far?
Yes. Well, so I did my formation in Rome, in Italy, and then so our mother language is Italian, so we have to learn Italian. So language is a very funny thing. So a lot of times that you mispronounce something, and or you will tell like. So one time, like when I arrived there and I was trying to learn, and the first thing that I've learned was that when they ask you "Cómo estás?" So "Cómo estás?" means like "How are you?" So I was asking one of the sisters, so what do I say? Like, I'm hungry and tired. And then she said, oh, "O fame e sono stanca," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So every time somebody asks me like "Come stai?" I'm like, "O fame e sono stanca." "Oh, poverina," they're like saying, "Oh, like you're so." Like so poor and stuff, and like, come eat, and I was like, but I'm not hungry. Like as an international congregations, like you learn so much from one another, and then I think that's the beauty of it, like learning other people's culture and their upbringing and stuff, and then sharing my culture with them. And then I think that was one of my experiences, well, maybe not funny, but like a memorable. Well, my wonderful Australian sister, she would say "to die" means today, right? So one of the sister asked her, "So where are you going today?" She's like, "Oh, I'm going to die to school." And then she was like, "You're going to die at school?" like the things like that. And then like it's only like literal like wordings, like differences and stuff, because one of the sisters thought mushroom is washroom. So she was like running from the garden and say, "Oh my gosh, they have so much washroom out there." It's like mushroom. Yeah. And then it's like little things like that, but it's funny because like for me it's like that's the joy and the beauty of like having different culture. Like sometimes you might clash, like people think that you might clash. Yes, that's true, because we're all humans and stuff, but for me it's a beautiful thing.
And do you have any advice for young people who might be discerning?
So my advice is that to be open to whatever God calls you for, and not to be discouraged if you have if you think that God is calling you to religious life, just to be open to it and not to be closed, because sometimes for me, like as a Tongan, like our culture is very, I can't say strict or hard, but we have a very different mentality of like, when we do something we promise to do, so we have to keep going on that. So if one says, "I'm interested in religious life," that means you're in already. So I think like a lot of like young people, you could say the youth, like especially, I don't know, I can't say for everybody, but from like our culture is that to not be afraid, to like just take courage and then go ahead, because that's what our mother founder says, like God will do the rest. So just to be open to it and then pray about it, because like religious life is not for everybody, but there is marriage life and there is single life. There's always something there for you. It's just that you have to be open to it and then be courageous to like take that step.
I guess if you take a step and it doesn't work out, that's okay too.
That's okay. Because yeah, that's okay, because that's not the end of the world. Like if you're passionate about it, and if this is what you want to do, then just go ahead and do it. Don't be afraid. Yeah.
Well, thank you. My last question is, who is God to you? If you had to describe it in like a sentence or less.
Who is God? God is, for me, He is the ultimate love. And then He's always there for you. Like He's that one person that just lets you be you and encourages you. And then also He's merciful and loving.
Lots of things.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
No. Yeah, but He's that to me. He's the ultimate love and mercy.
Well, thank you, Sister Annie.
Thank you. Bye.